6th, 2016 Board of Public Works meeting. This particular time will entertain a motion for the approval of the minutes from the March 30th, 2016 meeting.
I will make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion or comment? All in favor then answer by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Been approved. Next, we have the Register of Claims.
Good morning, Audrey Jones, City Controller. I have 4 regular Board of Works claims for the week. The first one are your civil claims. They total $165,202.82. There was nothing unusual within that set of claims. The second one is our health insurance claims for the week, which are $46,268.24. And then we have another health insurance claim, which are $93,249.84. And then we have our community development claims for $8,655.86. And there was nothing unusual within those set of claims.
Okay. Anybody here has any questions or comments then regarding the Register of Claims? Then I'll entertain a motion to approve the Register of Claims as presented.
I will make that motion.
I'll second.
Any further discussion or comment? All in favor then answer by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? It's been approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have, under unfinished business, a noise exemption authorization from Brandon Jones. Is Brandon Jones here? Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you tell us your name and then just a little bit about the event?
So my name is Brandon Jones. I'm here with Spectrum, the LGBT plus group on Ball State's campus. And we are having our spring week this coming week, starting the 9th through the 17th. On Friday the 15th, we're hoping to have a pizza party outside and then also having a live band come in. We've have a brother group here in Muncie that's helping to offer us with the live band. So we're really excited about that opportunity. Our event will be from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the quad, which is one of Ball State's green spaces. If we do have a rain delay, we plan on moving it inside the Multicultural Center, and then that's the majority of the bench.
Okay. And I'm assuming you have Ball State permission to be there, is that correct?
Yes.
And how many years have you had this event?
This will be the first year for this particular event. The spring week we've had for at least, I think, 15 years,
Okay.
but we've done differing events usually.
All right. Is there anybody here that has any questions or comments regarding the request for noise exemption, April 15th, 2016? Then I'll entertain a motion to approve the request as presented.
I'll make that motion.
And I will second.
Any further discussion or comment? All in favor then answer by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? It's been approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, we have acceptance of the bids for reconstruction of new animal shelter.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, we had 3 bids. One from Atlan Corporation, or Atlan Construction for $288,510, and that is base bid plus we decided to do alternate 2 and alternate 3. SA Boyce Corporation totaled at $321,823, and JG Case Construction totaled at $360,789. At this time, we would like to accept the low bid of Atlan Construction at $288,510.
Is anybody here that has any questions or comments then regarding the request to accept the lowest bid for lowest total bid of $288,510? Then I'll entertain a motion to approve the request.
I will make that motion.
I'll second.
Any further discussion or comment? All in favor then answer by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? It's been approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have a acceptance of the bids for Walnut Street Phase 4.
Morning, David Heilman, Flatland Resources.
Good morning.
So we had one bid for the Walnut Street Phase 4 project. It was from Pride Mark Construction. Their bid, the base bid amount was for $1,839,510.33, which was below our engineer's estimate by about $100,000. We have also talked with the city and decided to move forward with alternate 1 and alternate 3. Alternate 1 was for pedestrian access to the roundabout and the passing of the Buffalo statue for $78,800.68. Then alternate 3 was for installing the signals on Franklin Street for the future transition to two-way. And that was for $97,189.30. We're asking the Board of Works to accept the base bid, alternate 1 and alternate 3 from Pride Mark Construction
All right.
for this contract.
Is there anybody here that has any questions or comments regarding the request? Then I'll entertain a motion to approve the request as presented.
I move we approve.
I second.
Any further discussion or comment? All in favor then answer by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? It's been approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have a request for the board to consider entering into a supplemental agreement with the Walnut Street Design contract for construction oversight by Flatland Resources.
So this is a supplemental agreement to the initial contract signed back in 2014, which was the Walnut Street stormwater improvements for Muncie, Indiana. Essentially, we're just doing construction oversight and making sure the project is built to the plans and specifications in which we laid out for the contractor. And that amount would be for $191,000, which is about 9% of the total contracted price.
What was that amount again?
$191,000.
And you said that was, what'd you say, 9%
Yeah, just over 9%.
of the contracted price?
Yes. Which was, one second, $2,015,500.31.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. So, and all this fits within the allotted budget that we had laid out for this project.
All right. Is there anybody here that has any questions or comments then regarding the request? Then I'll entertain a motion to approve the request as presented.
I move we approve.
I second.
Any further discussion or comment? All in favor then answer by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? It's been approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have the acceptance of development agreement for Nebo Commons. Thank you.
Morning, Jason Miller with Randall Miller and Associates, 333 East Washington Street here in Muncie.
Good morning.
Last week, we had Marta Moody and Dick Waggle present discussing the development agreement and the plat. We'll discuss each of those items separately if you'd prefer, since they're two separate items on the agenda. The first would be the development agreement. We've presented the development agreement in the packet this morning. If you recall, last week, there were 3 outstanding items that they wanted to have clarified as a part of the development agreement, 2 of which affected the development. The third one was not directly affected by the Board of Works, but was for the Muncie Sanitary District for televising the storm sewer improvements. The first 2 items that were pertinent for the Board of Works was the updated letter of credit for the amount of $85,000, which we presented to you for the work unfinished with respect to the pond. The second item was the updated bond reflecting 12 months from today's date. We've provided that also in the packet this morning, along with the development agreement, so I'll be glad to entertain any questions. Otherwise, we would request that the board approve the development agreement as presented.
Okay. And the third issue that we had was the sanitary district. Is that going to be addressed at the second part of this, or?
Well, somewhat. The sanitary district has been trying for the past 3 to 4 months to televise the storm sewer for both this development and the work that the city constructed for the outlet pipe going to the ditch. Both us and Dick Waggle have been working with the sanitary district to have that work completed, but the sanitary district is backed up with their contractor. So they are trying to get a third contractor to complete that work, and that will all be approved by the sanitary district once they do have the ability to have that televised. So it's not specifically affecting this matter before the board, but it is something that Dick and Marta wanted to have a part of the record, that has not been completed yet. All of the work associated with the televising of the storm sewers will be completed prior to Marta Moody signing the plat and then ultimately recording the document. So once the board, if the pleasure of the board today is to approve the development agreement and the plat, we'll get all those items taken care of and get them to Marta. Marta then will give her final blessing and then record the plat once she signs it.
Okay. Is there anybody here that has any questions or comments then regarding the request with regard to acceptance of the development agreement for Nebo Commons? Then I'll entertain a motion to approve the request as presented.
I'll move we approve.
I second.
Any further discussion or comment? All in favor then answer by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? It's been approved.
Thank you.
And next, we have the acceptance of the plat for the Nebo Commons Section 1.
Again, Jason Miller, Randall Miller and Associates, 333 East Washington in Muncie. The plat was presented to the Technical Review Committee in November of 2014. Had given a list of items for corrections. Marta has reviewed those and will be signing the plat once Board of Works approves, should you do so this morning. Again, a similar type of process once the Board of Works approves. Should you do that this morning, we'll have all the signatures from all the landowners as a part of the development. And then we will submit all those documents to Marta for final review and blessing. She will then sign and approve the plat, and then it will go to the recorder's office for recording. So we're requesting that the Board of Works accept the final plat of Nebo Commons, Section 1.
And you've had contact with Marta Moody, and she has no objection and believes it's.
Correct,
order.
correct. And that's why they were, her and Mr. Weigel were here last week.
Right.
So yes, there is no objections.
Okay. Is there anybody here that has any questions or comments then regarding the request to accept the plat for Nebo Commons, Section 1? Then I'll entertain a motion to approve that request as presented.
I move we approve.
And I second.
Any further discussion or comment? All in favor then answer by saying aye. All opposed? Then approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, we have a request for a noise exemption for North Central Industries Incorporated.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Kirk Cowgill, North Central Industries here in Muncie. We intend to have an event on Saturday, May 14th, which would bring in approximately 150 people from outside of the Muncie area. As part of that event, that will start at 7 p.m., we intend to demonstrate several new consumer fireworks devices, and that event would conclude at 11 p.m.
Where's this going to be located?
1500 East Washington.
I'm not familiar with that. Where exactly?
If you're familiar with Phillips Quarry,
Mhm.
it's the old Reed's countertop building. We've been there for approximately 15
Oh.
years.
I know what you're talking about now.
It's just down the street.
Yeah.
On the north side.
Have you had any contact with the neighbors or anybody around there?
We've held this event since 2009 on a yearly basis. Never had any problems from the neighbors,
Well,
but we would contact the neighbors if we needed to.
There's been some changes, sir, since 2009 as
Right.
far as fireworks.
Yeah,
And that's why I think the president, and I know I am a little skeptical on this, and it's at the president's pleasure, but I would like to interject contacting the neighbors in that area to make sure there's no problems with that.
I think that's what our normal policy has been in the past. Whenever there's when there's an organization that is doing something on Ball State's campus and they have permission of Ball State's campus and so on to be there, then our normal policy is if it's fine with Ball State that they can be there and so on, then we normally they don't have to contact the neighbors, but whenever there's a private individual or another company that's doing it on, private property, then we normally require, I know in the past, we've required several different houses, several different individuals that are having parties and so on to contact the neighbors and see if they have any objection to it. So what I would request, if it's okay with the board, is that you contact the neighbors and see if you can have them, just contact them and see if they object to it, simply because that's what we've done in the past, and you got plenty of time between now and May 14th.
How many neighbors?
Usually we have the neighbors surrounding that area. I know that it's a larger area because it's going to be fireworks, but if we could have you contact the surrounding landowners or the surrounding neighbors, and I don't know how many that's going to be, but we can start with that and see where we go. What I would like to do, I guess, is since it's going to be a little bit larger area that's going to be affected, is I would like to, I'm familiar with the area, kind of know where it is, but I need to make sure we're in an area that it's not going to be affecting, too many people, I guess.
And one of the things is also, sir, with fireworks, and the reason some of these ordinances has been changed because you're dealing with where you're going to be at a neighborhood. There's possibly veterans there. There's pets, animals there, and it's created problems in neighborhoods. So I agree with the president that we need to, kind of do a broadband check with the neighbors there before we turn all this fireworks loose in that area.
So, how would you suggest? Would you suggest sending a letter? Would you suggest calling by telephone? What are you going to want to see when we come back?
Oh, somebody may have a solution or a question, I guess.
Yvonne Thompson. I'm coming as a resident of one of the neighborhoods. Whiteley Community Council has a meeting this coming Monday at the Muncie Area Career Center, 6 o'clock. And if you could bring some type of document about what you're trying to do, that would help. We've been hearing fireworks going off all throughout the year, and so it's very frightening to a lot of people, to say the least.
From that same area?
I believe so.
Okay.
And we've been trying to figure out why people are firing off fireworks at this time of the year anyway.
Some just last night.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, last night. Yeah.
Last night.
So if you could bring some type of letter or what you're trying to do, that would help. But I can tell you, there's going to be some type of opposition with that going on, because it's been very frightening to hear those fireworks going off, and it's just out of place. And we do have a lot of veterans that live in our neighborhood.
Okay.
Maybe, excuse me, my name is Richard Shields. I'm the president of the North Central Industries. Maybe we didn't do a good job of explaining ourselves. We're a fireworks importing wholesale company. Okay, we've been in Muncie 60 years. I can understand this lady's concern, but we don't shoot fireworks. We don't shoot fireworks every night. We don't test fireworks out there. Doesn't matter. We're very cognizant of the neighborhoods. We actually go test products out in the countryside at several locations. We only do this as a company event. Literally all our competitors around the country do it. That's why we started doing it. Last year, we actually didn't even do a show because it was raining that night. We canceled it. So, in our facility, you've got on the east side, you go all the way down to Phillips Pond. Behind us is all the way back to the river. Over on Lincoln Street, there are a few homes there. Matter of fact, I've actually got comments from the neighborhood association after we bought this building is how well we keep it up, how much nicer it was. Yes?
Which neighborhood association?
Pardon me?
Which neighborhood?
East Washington Street.
You can come and talk to Whiteley.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that. So, I mean, Whiteley's across the river from us. They'll see or they may hear some of it.
You indicate how long have you been there at that location? And have you had this in the past?
Yeah, we've had it since 2009. We've been at this location for, I think this is our 15th year. This had been Source One Paper Company years ago, Nelson Heinrichs.
Okay.
Okay,
And so you've had this same event, with the exception, I guess, last year?
right.
It's 2009?
Right. You know, just to let people know, you know, we do have, even though it's not required, we do have an ATF license that we've had for probably 20 years that actually gives us authority under the federal things to test product. It actually gives us a requirement to test product to make sure they function properly. Because we know the neighbors and that type of thing, we don't just go out and randomly shoot stuff at night. We never do that. And we can sympathize with people that have these circumstances. Like I said, this is an event. We actually fire the items electronically. We actually do it at the end of the street that's been vacated, which is Brady.
Okay.
And it's back by the wall. Like I said, we don't have a problem. There would just be some people. We could go to the Wiley Neighborhood Association. That's fine. There's some people down on the Lincoln side. The people in front of us on East Washington, a number of years ago, I actually bought the house across the street directly from the building, sold it to my warehouse manager,
Okay.
and he lives there. So,
All right. The information that you have on here, the daytime phone number and evening phone number, is that a way I can contact you if we have any questions or anything like that? I'd like-
sure, or you can just contact me directly. Let me give you
Okay.
a 744.
Well, you can give it to me after the meeting.
Okay,
Because I don't
that's
know
fine.
if you want
Okay.
that to be televised or not.
Adam, that's okay.
So, I'm sorry, when did you say that meeting was, Yvonne?
Monday?
Monday? Okay, so if we put this on for next week, that should give us plenty of time to figure it out? That would be fine?
I'll get with you and we'll find
Okay.
out. I'll come over and talk to him.
All right. Well, what we can do with this is, let's table this and put it on the agenda for next week, and then I'll be in contact with you. I'll get your phone number. If you want to wait a little bit, I'll get your phone number, and we can talk about things and see if we can figure out what we need to do.
All righty.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. So, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, I think one of the primary things here is to give people a heads up that something like that's going to happen, so randomly in the middle of the night or something, they're not surprised by a bunch of explosions.
Well, we don't, this isn't going to last anything beyond 10 or 11 o'clock. So.
How long do you think it's going to last? So is it you think it's going to be
Well,
like?
different from a fireworks show.
Can you do me a favor and come up here?
Different from a fireworks show, this is electronically fired demonstration where we have customers there and we actually tell them this device is, and the only time it really resembles a fireworks show is at the end, we go ahead and shoot a finale for our guests, so.
Okay. Do you think the entire thing will be something that's going to last 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour?
Well, the entire thing usually probably, from the time we wait till the weather, last couple of years has been a little iffy, but from the time we start shooting fireworks to the time it's over, it's probably less than an hour.
Okay. All right.
And some of these are ground effect items. They're not all aerial items.
Okay, thank you.
So-
So I'll entertain a motion to take this under advisement, table this until next week.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion or comment? All in favor, then answer by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We'll do it next week. Thank you. Next, we have a request from Norfolk and Southern Railroad, not restaurant, requesting approval to close Council Street at the railroad crossing between Powers and Willard, and a Liberty Street crossing between Powers and Hoyt for Thursday, April 7th, from 8:30 until 5 o'clock, and Tuesday, April 12th, 2016. Is there anybody here to speak on that?
Donnie, can you speak on that? Do you have any issues with that?
As far as I'm concerned, we don't have no issues. I think it's been closed before, dealing with the railroad prior. The superintendent, Duke, has not had any problems before, so I don't see any issues. We're going to post some signs that let everybody know that Nye Wrecker, the Rock down there, and ISI is still accessible to get into their businesses while the closure and everything's going on.
Okay. All right. Is there anybody here that has any questions or comments then regarding the request? Then I'll entertain a motion to approve the request.
Move we approve.
I second.
Any further discussion or comment? All in favor then, answer by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? It's been approved. Next, we have a request for a contract with JL Fox Incorporated for damages related to a truck fire at the city garage.
Donnie Wright, City of Muncie Street Department Supervisor. Insurance company, I'll give you these copies.
Thank you.
Insurance, obviously, one of our trucks caught on fire in the building, done a lot of damage. We're past 2 months of nothing basically being done. Finally, insurance company has recommended that JL Fox, being a commercial company, have the job. They came down and met with us and everything. And we're just wanting to basically, we're going to get in a contract, but the money is not coming from the City of Muncie. It's coming from the insurance company, the City of Muncie. The only thing that we will have involved is deductible on it, but other than that, the city is not paying any money.
Okay, and in particular, the contract states that the city of Muncie would authorize the insurance company to make direct payment to JL Fox for the work that they're completing. So, as you indicated, the city of Muncie's not paying anything towards this. It's coming from the insurance. It's just approval of a contract between JL Fox and the insurance company to pay for the damages. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah, it's not any city funds that's coming out.
Okay. And just for the record, the amount of the contract is $586,908.54. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. Do we have anybody here that has any questions or comments then regarding the request to approve the insurance company to make a direct payment or enter into a contract with JL Fox to restore the damage done by a fire at the city's street department?
I'll make that motion.
I will second.
Any further discussion or comment? And, I don't know if I said I'd entertain a motion to approve. Let's do that back. Let's do that again. I'll entertain a motion to approve the request as presented.
I'll make that motion.
I will second.
Any further, anybody
No
have
more
any,
do-overs.
any further questions or comments? All in favor then answer by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? It's been approved, I think.
Thank you.
That ends the items on the agenda today. Is there anybody here that has any questions or comments for the Board of Works? Then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move we adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in
Are we
favor
sure?
answer by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? We're in adjournment. Thank you.